Societies, states, or countries often face people who betrayed them with a great shame. This shame remains as the price as the betrayer must pay one day, no matter how much this time passes. Sometimes this price is paid late, sometimes early, but it is inevitable. Especially in the context of the war, the punishment of the betrayer is inevitable. The Russian-Ukrainian war is one of the most obvious examples of this, and many developments during the war have shown the betrayal does not go unpunished. A recent assassination report has once again highlighted this reality. Sabotage and intelligence operations in Ukraine are being carried out with impressive coordination. Since the beginning of the war, these two units have carried out highly successful operations against the Russian army and dealt heavy blows. But these blows have not only affected the Russian army but also the enemies of the Ukrainian people and state. In recent days, Ukrainian saboteurs have once again appeared on the scene, taking action against the treasonous elements inside the occupied Ukrainian territory. This once again demonstrates Ukraine's resolute stance against the internal and external threats. So what are the developments of this incident, and let's analyze them together. As the Pioneer team, we continue to bring you our reports on Russia-Ukraine war, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so that you don't miss our daily reports. You can also support me and my team by using the super thanks button below the videos, and thank you for your support. Let's start if you're ready. The Pioneer reports. The conflict between Russia and Ukraine continues in full intensity. Ukraine is steadfastly resisting Russia's imperialist aims in Europe and around the world. On the other hand, the Russian regime is aiming first to take Ukraine and then a wider geography into its sphere of influence. In this context, Ukraine's resistance clearly shows how great its value is. One thing that stands out from the beginning of the war is the impressive operations carried out by the Ukrainian saboteurs. These saboteurs have been delivering significant blows against the Russian army since the early days of the war. In recent reports reported that the Ukrainian saboteurs carried out a critical operation and dealt a serious blow to the Russian army. This event played an influential role in the dynamics of the war. Ukrainian saboteurs, known for the successes of their operation, continues to put the Russian army in a difficult situation. According to recent reports, the saboteurs, acting in the coordination with the Ukrainian intelligence officials, have again carried out an impressive operation. The target of this operation was Igor Tesniferov, one of the figures who betrayed Ukraine. Tesniferov has previously betrayed Ukraine and served in the Ministry of State Security of Donetsk People's Republic. Ukrainian saboteurs successfully captured him in Donetsk Oblast. According to the details of the operation, Tesniferov's betrayal of Ukraine has his own activities in the Donetsk People's Republic have once again come to the light. According to the Ukrainian intelligence reports, they have been following Tesniferov's activities for a long time. Information from local sources suggests that Tesnifirov is making moves that could pose a serious threat to Ukraine. Therefore, Ukrainian intelligence had been carefully monitoring Tesnifirov for a long time. Tesnifirov's activities have posed a problem for Ukrainian interests in the region, and the Ukrainian saboteurs have taken action to eliminate it. Tesnifirov has been in the Donetsk Oblast in recent days to carry out tasks assigned by the Russian occupation administration. Ukrainian intelligence agents had predetermined Tesnifirov's location and activities. However, they waited to take a step to neutralize Tesnifirov. That step would be to ambush Tesnifirov's vehicle. Ukrainian saboteurs stepped in, and the Sabotage group, which had carried out successful attacks against Ukraine's enemies since the beginning of the war, were deployed in the Donetsk Oblast. To fulfill his mission, Tesnifirov left his vehicle in the front of an occupation command building and proceeded to enter it. It was at this moment that the Ukrainian saboteurs swung into the action. Ukrainian sabotage groups moved carefully and quickly as they approached Tesnifirov's vehicle. Tesnifirov was unaware of what was happening to him, and he spoke to the occupation officials in the building. An explosive device had been placed under his car and was allegedly remote-controlled, meaning that Tesnifirov's fate was in the hands of the Ukrainian saboteurs. After leaving the building, Tesnifirov walked towards his car, and he did not make any checks because he felt safe in the presence of the occupation administration. He turned the key, started the car, and then pursued again. The Ukrainian saboteurs wanted Tesnifirov's car from the crowds to ensure that no civilians were harmed. Tesnifirov's vehicle drove out of the city center, and the Ukrainian saboteurs followed. After securing the perimeter, the saboteurs activated the remote control, and Zerov's car, which had betrayed Ukraine, exploded a loud bang. When the car exploded with a loud bang, many parts of the vehicle were scattered around, and according to local sources, Russian authorities immediately went to the area where Zerov was found and rushed him to the hospital. Zerov was seriously wounded and could not be saved despite all hospital interventions. Ukrainian saboteurs had made the Ukrainian people pay a heavy price for the betrayal. According to reports for the Russian leadership, this was an unexpected development. The Russian leadership was somewhat accustomed to sabotage activities in the Crimean Peninsula, but nothing similar had ever happened in the Donetsk Oblast. Therefore, an operation was immediately launched to find the saboteurs, and allegedly, the saboteurs left the Donetsk Oblast after this effective operation. For the moment, however, this is only an allegation. It is common knowledge that the Ukrainian saboteurs are highly specialized in disguise. Ukrainian sources also made remarkable statements about Zerov's destruction. In the statements in question, the statements used by the Ukrainian sources are as follows. The price for betraying the Ukrainian people will surely be paid one day. With their operation in the Donetsk Oblast, the heroic insurgents have once again shown that the punishment for betraying Ukrainians. Those who have betrayed Ukraine before have no chance of forgiveness, and the Ukrainian people will not forget what was done to them. We congratulate our heroic resistance. We are aware that the traitors who are waiting for their turn are also afraid. According to the Ukrainian sources, Ukrainian resistance forces are hunting down anyone who cooperates with the Russian occupation administration. This is perceived as a clear threat. Ukrainian sources also made important reminders by referring to the past, and from this point of view, there is a possibility that the Ukrainian saboteurs will carry out more assassinations in the coming days. It seems that very active days are approaching in the occupied Ukrainian territory. However, it remains to be seen whether the Russian occupation administration will be able to prevent these assassinations. So, what do you think? Do you think that the Zerov's assassination will change the situation in the occupied territories? Do you consider the saboteurs successful, and do you think that the Russian leadership will be able to take new measures against them? Let me know in the comments, because I read and I care about all of your comments.